where we are headed.
Osoro, on the same issue.
Yes, Honorable Speaker. First and foremost, Honorable Speaker, it's interesting to have you preside over when the Senate is being discussed, having served in that house. That really shows a lot of comfort and the independence of institutions. Honorable Speaker, the formation of devolution set out different responsibilities and roles in different structures of governance. And the mandates of each house in the bicameral parliament, Honorable Speaker, is clear in the Constitution of Kenya. I saw yesterday, Honorable Speaker, a senator in the floor of the House use very serious derogatory words, vulgar words, Honorable Speaker, against a minister for failure to appear, for failure to appear before their committee on matters budget policy statements. Honorable Speaker, what, after appearing as a minister before a committee in the Senate, then what? What next? The House of the Senate has no single responsibility as far as budget making process is concerned, Honorable Speaker. That is what came out very clear yesterday, that perhaps they do not know their responsibility when they are equipped with immense work under the counties. Honorable Speaker, I look at it from in a layman's point of view, Honorable Speaker, that while the national government is supposed to, or the National Assembly is supposed to call upon matters on national security, the Senate, alongside with the county assembly, Honorable Speaker, should be calling the members, the county askaris, Honorable Speaker, to ask what happens in the counties. Because what happens as far as devolution is concerned, Honorable Speaker, is bad, to say the least. Yesterday we had a discussion, Honorable Speaker. There is war between, the governors have an issue with the National Assembly, the Senate has an issue with the National Assembly, some independent bodies have an issue with the National Assembly. What is this that the National Assembly is not doing right, that the members of the Senate and every other section of government has an issue with? That is why you see also, Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Governors, in conjunction with the Senate, pushing that we have some funds that are under the RMLF fund moved to the county government. When you all know that it is members of parliament and even the members of the public, that you'll need a microscope, Honorable Speaker, to see what the county governments are doing, while everything that is done by CDF is visible in full glare of the people, Honorable Speaker. But you'll need a microscope. And I said here yesterday that, Honorable Speaker, at one point you'll see governors, Honorable Speaker, and these I've said in several occasions, moving around in a convoy of 50 vehicles, Honorable Speaker, some 20, some 15 vehicles, Honorable Speaker, that one carries a chair, another one carries a carpet, another one carries goons, another one carries the girlfriends, another one chairs. Honorable Speaker, the Senate should be focusing on that. They should be summoning governors and ask them such questions. Why that is happening, Honorable Speaker? Not interfering with the work of the National Assembly, acting ultra-virus beyond their limit, beyond their work, when we are supposed, Honorable Speaker, to have distinct roles. And that is why, Honorable Speaker, we have several matters in court. When we pass legislations here, you see the Senate going to court very, very fast, Honorable Speaker. And I must thank you, Honorable Speaker, for the mediation process that you've been doing between the National Assembly and the Senate. But you'll see them every time and then, time and again, going to court on the matters that we pass in this floor. Any time that we pass or we act beyond our mandate, they go to court. Do they also want us to go to court? We implore upon the cabinet secretaries to ignore some of these summons and know where their place is. Their place is in the National Assembly. When the Senate wants to ask ministers questions, they should call upon the CECs in Nairobi, the CECs in Kajiado, the CECs in Mombasa, and ask them questions. They should have actually called the CEC of Environment in Nairobi to ask them why their government littered a road, Honorable Speaker, and blocked the Kenya Power offices, the Steamer Plaza. That is their role. It is just, I don't know why the framers of the Constitution, Honorable Speaker, framed it to appear like the Senate is in the upper house, Honorable Speaker, when it is clear that their responsibility is to engage with the county governments, the county askaris. While we call the Inspector General of Police, they should call the county inspectorate with the arungus. When we call the ministers here, they should be busy calling the CECs. When we call anything to do with matters that touch on the national health matters, they should be focusing on calling the clinic officers from the dispensaries. That is where their limits are. They should know their jurisdiction and not interfere with this, Honorable Speaker. I thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Elaji. We'll finish there.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
After
Mr.
Elaji
Speaker,
Ocheng, then we close.
sometimes it's very sad for Kenya. Because, you know, when Kenyans were passing this constitution, Mr. Speaker, they thought that when we have two houses,